She donated a kidney to a complete stranger, and years later found out that this same man would be the one to save her own daughter's life. Sounds impossible? This is one of those emotional stories that make you cry just by hearing it. Imagine giving up part of your body without knowing who would receive it, and then discovering that destiny would return everything back twice as much. Mother's love, miracle, twist of fate. This story will grip you until the very last second, because in the end, something so surprising happens, it changes everything. Get ready to witness an unthinkable decision, hidden truth, and an encounter no one ever imagined. This is one of those truly moving stories. A kidney donation, destiny, gratitude, and a miracle no one will ever forget. If you love emotional stories, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Here, we always have emotional stories that touch your heart. Shall we hear today's emotional story?
Clara always believed that doing good without expecting anything in return was more than a nice phrase. It was her way of life, but she could never have imagined the cost or the reward. In just a few minutes, you'll discover how one forgotten act of kindness returned so powerfully that it saved her daughter's life. This is a real story, intense, full of challenges, impossible decisions, and twists you won't believe. Get ready to feel fear, hope, anger, and above all, a love that overcomes everything. If you enjoy emotional stories, stay until the end. The ending will bring you to tears, and it might even change the way you see life. Clara, 35 years old, an ordinary woman, nurse, single mother of little Sophia, 8 years old. Tired eyes, but always a sincere smile. She believes that every life that crosses her path deserves respect, even if only for a moment. Big city, busy hospital. Clara works 12-hour shifts, barely has time for herself. Her daughter Sophia waits eagerly for her every night, even knowing mom might come home late. Clara lives in a small rented apartment, always struggling with bills, but never complains. One day, after her shift, Clara finds a reminder. She needs to deliver some important test results, but forgot them at home. On her way back, exhausted, Clara sees a sign at the hospital. Urgent, kidney donor needed, blood type match. She feels something shift inside her. The patient's name, Ricardo, means nothing to her, but something in his wife's eyes, crying in the hallway, deeply moves her. Clara could have walked away, pretended she didn't see, but she decides. She'll take the compatibility test. She tells no one, not even her daughter. While waiting for the result, Clara questions, what if I need my kidney someday? What if something happens to Sophia? But she remembers what she taught her daughter, the importance of helping those in need. The test comes back positive. She's a match. Quick cuts. Clara reviewing medical tests, doctors explaining risks, her holding a photo of her daughter, tears falling. She signs the papers. She will donate a kidney to a complete stranger. The patient, Ricardo, is in his early 40s, a businessman, father of a teenager. Surgery day. Clara feels real fear. What if I don't wake up? What if something goes wrong? We see her writing a letter to her daughter. Sweetheart, if mommy doesn't come back, never forget that doing good is always the right choice. The surgery is long. Doctors are worried. She wakes up in pain, unsure if everything went well. Days later, she receives an anonymous message. Thank you for saving my life. I promise I will honor this every day. Clara cries alone. She never met Ricardo in person. His family asked for privacy. Clara returns to her routine. Life goes on. Bills, exhausting shifts. But in her heart, she knows. She did the right thing. Will this gesture matter in the future? And you, what would you do in Clara's place? Would you give something so valuable to a stranger? Thank you for staying with me until now, but believe me, the most emotional part is still to come.
Cold nights, Clara returns to her hospital shift. She walks through the halls, watching patients she'll never see again. She feels pain in the scar, a constant reminder of the choice she made. Clara looking at her reflection in the glass, gently touching the scar. Daughter, Sophia, 8 years old. Cheerful, curious, curly hair, eyes full of life. She keeps asking why mommy is always so tired. Clara always answers with a smile, trying to hide the truth. Clara told Sophia the scar was from an old surgery. Mommy helped someone who needed it, sweetheart. Sophia doesn't fully understand, but hugs her tight. You're the best mommy in the world. Clara feels guilty. Did I do the right thing? What if one day Sophia needs me and I can't help? But she tries to push those thoughts away. She believes she made the right choice. 3 years later, Sophia is growing. Clara always rushing between work and home, birthdays passing, Sophia asking about her dad, whom she never met. Clara looks at her daughter with a sad gaze, but always pretends to be strong. One day at school, Sophia faints. Clara rushes there, heart racing. At the hospital, tests are done. The doctor enters with a serious expression. Clara, your daughter has a rare kidney disease. Clara feels the ground fall beneath her. But she's only 11. Why? The doctor explains Sophia will need a kidney transplant, and soon. Clara cries, alone in the hallway. If I still had my kidney, I could save my daughter. Guilt and despair take over. Clara thinks, I'll look for Sophia's biological father. Maybe he can donate. She calls, sends messages, but he's been gone for years. No reply. While they wait, the hospital runs tests. Clara still has one kidney. It may not be ideal, but let's see if you're a match. The result comes back. Clara is not a match. Hope disappears in an instant. In the room, Sophia wakes up. Mommy, why are you crying? Clara wipes the tears, forces a smile. Because I love you more than anything. Sophia, I love you too, Mommy. Everything's going to be okay. Clara looks up at the sky through the hospital window, whispers, God, if there's any justice, please help me. The hospital puts Sophia on the national transplant list. Chances are low. Long list, few compatible donors. Days later, the hospital calls. We have a possible living donor. He wants to donate voluntarily. Clara doesn't understand. But who would do that for a child they don't even know? Clara asks for the name. The hospital responds, he prefers to remain anonymous until the end. Hope returns, but so does doubt. Time passes. Sophia worsens, needs dialysis. Clara barely sleeps, lives in the hospital. Clara holds her daughter's hand. You are my warrior. Nothing will bring you down. Sophia, and you're my hero, Mommy. The hospital confirms the donor is a perfect match. Surgery is scheduled for the next week. Clara asks again, who is this man? Why is he doing this for a stranger? The doctor simply replies, he said he owes it to you. Owes it to me? But who could it be? What do you think? Who is this mysterious person? Thank you for staying until the end, but I promise you, what comes next will move you even more.
Surgery day is coming. The sun rises slowly. Clara spends the night awake beside Sophia, listening to the sound of hospital monitors. Sophia sleeps peacefully despite everything. Clara strokes her daughter's hair, trying to hide the fear consuming each beat of her heart. Clara stares at the ceiling with silent tears. Clara thinks, who is this man? Why would someone risk their life for a girl he doesn't even know? But above curiosity, fear. What if something goes wrong? What if Sophia doesn't make it? The hospital is in motion. Nurses preparing rooms, doctors reviewing tests, machines beeping. Clara feels time slow down. Every second feels like an eternity. In the bathroom, alone, Clara looks at herself in the mirror. I could have been the donor, but I can't. And if something happens to her, I'll never forgive myself. Clara slams the sink in anger, trying to hold back the tears. Friend, Livia, 32 years old, co-worker, nurse, loyal friend. She arrives at the hospital and finds Clara. You did what no one else would. Now let destiny do its part, my friend. Clara cries in her arms. I just wish it were me instead. The doctor calls Clara. The donor has arrived. He still wants to remain anonymous, but he asked me to tell you something. He received the gift of life years ago from someone very special. Clara freezes. But I've never donated anything except that kidney. Preparations for surgery. Sophia being taken on a stretcher. Clara walks beside her, holding her daughter's hand. Machines turning on, doctors focused. Clara kisses Sophia's forehead. I love you more than anything, my love. Night before surgery, Clara goes home to grab clothes and documents. In Sophia's room, she finds a drawing. Sophia and Clara holding hands with a smiling angel in the background. Clara holds the drawing to her chest, sobbing. Back at the hospital, the doctor warns, Sophia's surgery needs to happen tomorrow. We can't wait. Clara nearly faints from nerves. That night, Clara remembers the past, the day of the donation, the fear before the surgery, the letter she wrote to her daughter in case she didn't return. Who is the donor? Clara tries to imagine. Could it be someone I knew? Someone I helped at the hospital? But nothing makes sense. No one she remembers owes her something that big. By Sophia's bedside, Clara holds her hand. Promise you'll be strong? Sophia, I promise, Mommy, but only if you promise not to cry anymore. Clara laughs even through her tears. I promise. The doctor calls Clara. The donor left a message for you before the surgery. The note. Thank you for giving me a second chance years ago. Now it's my turn to give back. Clara trembles as she reads. Clara remembers. Could it be the man who received my kidney? Her heart races. She asks the doctor, is his name Ricardo? The doctor, surprised. How did you know? Clara covers her face and cries. I saved his life, and now he's going to save my daughter's. Surgery morning. Nurses rush through the halls. Clara signs documents with trembling hands. Sophia sleeps, breathing softly. Clara thinks, life gives back. Sometimes it takes time, but it gives back. Even knowing who he is, Clara still hasn't seen Ricardo. He asked not to be seen before the surgery. Clara respects his wish, but waits anxiously. Right before surgery, Clara holds Sophia's hand. Be strong, my love. Mommy will be waiting when you wake up. Sophia, drowsy. I love you, Mommy. The surgery room doors close. Clara stays outside, heart pounding. Will it work? Will he really be able to save my daughter? And you, do you think everything will turn out okay? Thank you for staying with me this far, but I promise the most emotional part is still coming.
Hospital hallway. Clara walks back and forth, trying to control the panic. The sound of footsteps echoes through the white hallway, mixed with the constant beeping of monitors. Clara runs her hand through her hair, checks the clock every second, bites her nails. Every second feels like an eternity. Clara looks at the surgery room doors and can only think, what if something goes wrong? What if Sophia doesn't make it? Deep guilt. Clara remembers the day she decided to donate her kidney to a stranger. Was I selfish? Should I have saved it for my daughter? But then she cries, whispering, I just wanted to help. Flashback. Scene from years ago. Clara on the stretcher, about to donate her kidney. Fear on her face, but a heart firm in her decision. Clara looking at a photo of her daughter before the anesthesia takes over. Back to the present. Clara holds her daughter's necklace, a simple heart-shaped pendant. You're coming back to me. I know you are. Time moves slowly. Clock ticking the hours. Doctors coming and going. Clara sits, then walks, then stands again. A nurse comes out of the room, calls Clara. The surgery is going well so far, but it's not over yet. Clara takes a deep breath, but the fear remains. It's not over yet. Clara remembers when Sophia was born, holding her baby for the first time. The baby's soft cry, the silent promise. I will protect you, no matter what. The doctor returns. The donor is also doing well. The kidney was accepted. Clara cries, drops to her knees, grateful. Thank you, my God. Clara thinks, what if Sophia wakes up? What will I say? She'll want to know who saved her life. Clara decides, when this is over, I'll thank him in person. I need to look into his eyes. Night at the hospital. Clara doesn't sleep. She sits in the chair next to her daughter's empty bed. The silence is only broken by the hum of the air conditioner. Deep thoughts. Clara wonders, why me? Does the universe really have a plan? She looks out the window. Outside, a full moon lights up the city. Clara holds Sophia's teddy bear, a gift from her 3rd birthday. Stay with her. Protect her. Hours later, the door opens. Sophia is being brought in on a stretcher, still unconscious, but alive. Clara runs to her, kisses her forehead, holds her hand. Mommy is here, my love. The doctors confirm the surgery was a success. Now we wait for her to wake up. Clara breaks down in tears, but this time out of relief. Clara looks up and whispers, Ricardo, whoever you are,
Thank you. You saved my life too. Even after the surgery, Ricardo chooses to remain unseen. Clara accepts this, but deep down hopes to one day look into his eyes. A new morning. The sun rises. Clara holds Sophia's hand as she still sleeps. The colors of the room seem brighter now. Deep reflection. Clara thinks, maybe life really is a cycle. I gave and now I receive. Sophia opens her eyes, still weak. Mommy, I came back. Clara smiles through tears. You're my little warrior. Who helped me, Mommy? Clara with a choked voice. A very good man. Someone Mommy once helped too. Sophia, can I meet him? Clara sighs. I hope so, sweetie. I want to thank him too, face to face. And you, do you believe that good really comes back? Thank you for staying with me until now, but I promise, in the next part, the reunion that will touch everyone's heart.
Hospital at dawn. Soft light enters through the hospital room window. Sophia sleeps peacefully, breathing slowly. Clara, with swollen eyes, watches every detail of her daughter's face. Clara strokes Sophia's hair, with the look of disbelief that everything turned out well. Clara's heart overflows with gratitude. She whispers, almost voiceless, Thank you. Thank you for giving me back what I love the most. Deep reflection. Clara sinks. Does he know the weight of this? That he didn't just save a child? He saved a mother. Saved my whole world. 2 days pass. Sophia recovers quickly. Smiles again, though still weak. Clara is always by her side, reading stories, telling jokes, trying to bring lightness to the white room. The doctor enters. Clara, the donor asked if he could see you. He's here at the hospital. Her heart races. Clara looks at herself in the mirror. She looks tired, but her smile is real. She fixes her hair, takes a deep breath, tries to calm down. Calm down. Breathe. You already know him, in a way. Fear arises. What if I don't know what to say? What if he doesn't want Sophia to know who he is? But she quickly remembers. He didn't owe anything. And still, he came. The door opens slowly. Clara feels her heart stop for a second. Ricardo, 44 years old, enters. Tired face, but steady. Eyes filled with held-back tears. He walks slowly, carrying in his gaze the weight of the past and the peace of someone who did the right thing. For a few seconds, absolute silence. They just look at each other. Clara takes a deep breath, voice trembling. You? Ricardo. Clara? Clara takes a step forward. I don't even know how to thank you. Ricardo shakes his head. You don't have to. One day, you saved me. Today, I just gave back what was already yours. Clara can't hold back. Tears roll down her face. Ricardo, I spent years thinking about what you did for me. I never thought I could repay you, until I heard about Sophia. Clara, you knew she was my daughter? Ricardo, the doctor mentioned it. Right then, I knew I had to do it. Clara holds Ricardo's hand moved. You didn't just save her. You saved my life too. Ricardo in a low voice. You were the one who taught me that first. They both look at Sophia, sleeping, small, fragile, and at the same time, so strong. Ricardo, she looks like you, but there's something different in her eyes. Courage. Clara, crying, I blamed myself so much for giving my kidney to a stranger. I thought that if she ever needed it, I wouldn't have it. Ricardo firm. And exactly because of that, she was saved. That choice brought us here. Ricardo, when I woke from surgery years ago, I promised myself that if one day I could, I would save another life. Never imagined it would be your daughter's. Silence returns, but now it's light.
Two hearts marked by pain, united by something greater, hope and gratitude. Clara, do you think Sophia will understand all this one day? Ricardo, maybe. But even if she doesn't understand, she'll feel it. Clara, would you meet her when she wakes up? Ricardo hesitates, takes a deep breath. If she wants to, I'd love to. Clara, she will. She has a huge heart. Got it from her dad and a little bit from me too. They laugh through tears. In the quiet room, Clara looks at Sophia. What I did for you came back in a way I never imagined. Clara looks at Ricardo. Tomorrow, she should wake up stronger. Can we tell her? Ricardo, tomorrow. And you? Would you tell your daughter the whole truth? Thank you for staying with me this far, but I'll tell you, the next part will be the most emotional yet.
Morning at the hospital. Soft light enters through the window. Clara sleeps sitting in the armchair, tightly holding Sophia's hand. Close up on the mother and daughter's hands intertwined. Detail of the scar on Clara's arm. Sophia slowly opens her eyes, her voice still weak. Mom? Clara wakes up with a start, smiles, tears in her eyes. You're awake, my love. Clara kisses her daughter's forehead, holding her hand tightly. Everything's okay now. You're my little warrior. Sophia, smiling with effort. I dreamed there was an angel taking care of me. Clara smiles, moved, and there really was. Ricardo is outside the room, hands trembling. He takes a deep breath, looking at Clara through the glass. Clara nods, signaling he can come in. Ricardo enters, slow steps, heart racing. Sophia looks on, curious. Who is he, Mom? Clara, emotional, explains, Sweetie, remember we needed someone very special to help you? Sophia nods, eyes shining. I remember. Clara, this man is the one who saved your life. Sophia looks at Ricardo, surprised. It was you? Ricardo, emotional, kneels beside the bed. Yes, but actually you saved me first. Did you know that? Sophia, me? Ricardo, smiling through tears. Years ago, your mom gave me a gift that saved my life. Now it was my turn. Sophia looks at Clara. Mom, so you saved him first? Clara, yes, my love. I gave him a kidney without knowing who he was. And he gave it back to me? Sophia begins to cry softly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ricardo holds her hand. I'm the one who should thank you, little one. You gave me the chance to do something good. Sophia, though weak, smiles. You're not just my hero, you're the angel from my dream. Ricardo is deeply moved, tears falling. Clara holds Sophia's hand on one side, Ricardo the other. They form a circle of hands, connected by what they've lived. Clara thinks, maybe all this happened for a reason, to show that good really does come back. Sophia looks at Ricardo. Can you come visit me? I want to know you better. Ricardo, emotional, nods. Of course I can. I'd love to. The mood in the room changes. Fear turns into hope, pain into tenderness. Love is changeable in the air. Sophia giggles. Now I have two hearts taking care of me. Mommy's and yours. Ricardo and I will always be close, little one. Night falling. Sophia falls asleep again with a soft smile. Clara and Ricardo exchange a meaningful look. Clara, I'll never be able to repay you. Ricardo, you already did, when you gave me the chance to live. Sophia wakes up better, cheeks rosy, asking for food, playing. The white room seems brighter. Clara, you changed our lives. Ricardo, and you changed mine. I used to just survive, now I live. Sophia asks Clara, Mom, do you think destiny really exists? Clara looks at Ricardo, then at Sophia. Maybe it does, or maybe we build it ourselves. And you? Do you believe it was destiny or choice? Thank you for staying until now, but in the next part comes the most beautiful part of this story.
Days after the surgery.
The hospital room now has flowers, little notes, drawings made by Sophia. The atmosphere is light, different from the cold silence before. Sophia sits on the bed, coloring with Clara by her side, while Ricardo watches, smiling, holding a flower in his hand. Sophia laughs out loud for the first time since it all began. Clara looks at her, eyes filled with tears. "You're stronger than I ever imagined." "Sophia, you are too, Mommy." Ricardo walks closer, gently. "I brought more flowers for you." "Sophia, thank you. Everything's going to be colorful, just like me." He smiles, strokes her hair. "You deserve all the colors in the world." While Sophia paints, Clara watches Ricardo. Who would have thought? A stranger who became an angel. Maybe more than that. When Sophia sleeps, Clara and Ricardo talk in the hallway. "I don't even know how to truly thank you." "Ricardo, you've already given me everything I needed." Clara, hesitating. "Do you have a family?" Ricardo looks down, soft voice. "I did, but life took me far from everything." Clara, "If one day you want, you can consider us part of it." Ricardo lifts his eyes, moved. "You'd do that?" Clara, "You're already part of it, whether you like it or not." Ricardo says goodbye to Clara and Sophia to get some rest. Before he leaves, Sophia holds his hand. "Will you come back tomorrow?" Ricardo smiles. "I'll be back. I'm not letting go of you anymore." Clara looks out the hospital window, thinks about everything she's lived. "I gave a piece of myself and gained a new chance to be whole." The next day, Sophia is discharged. She leaves the hospital in a wheelchair, Clara pushing, Ricardo carrying the flowers. People in the hallway smile at the scene. The girl who won. They arrive home. Clara opens the door, enters with Sophia in her arms. Ricardo looks at the small apartment. Simple, but full of warmth. Sophia runs, slowly, to the room. "I'm going to draw an angel with a giant heart." Ricardo laughs, looks at Clara. "She's amazing." Clara, "She's my everything, and now she has a piece of you." Ricardo, softly, "I didn't know if I deserved to be here, but now I feel I'm exactly where I should be." Clara holds his hand. "Maybe we don't need to understand everything, just feel." Their eyes meet, no words. Sophia appears with a drawing. "Look, it's us three." On the paper, Clara, Sophia, and Ricardo. In the middle, a huge heart connecting them all. Clara looks at the drawing, thinks, the world doesn't choose shape or path. It just finds a way to be whole. Ricardo hesitates. "What if you regret it, letting me this close?" Clara, firm, "You saved my life. There's no turning back." A new day. Sophia plays in the small yard. Clara sits on the step, Ricardo beside her. A good silence. A silence that hugs. Clara takes off her heart-shaped necklace, hands it to Ricardo. "Keep this for me, so we never forget what we are now." Ricardo squeezes the pendant in his hand, moved. "I'll never forget." Sophia yells from the yard, "Come play, both of you." Clara looks at Ricardo. "Shall we?" He smiles. "Now it's forever, right?" Clara replies, "Now it's forever." As they play, Clara thinks, does the world understand this? Does everyone believe that good comes back? And you, do you believe everything we give comes back to us? Thank you for staying with me until now. But in the next part comes the most emotional ending of all. Sunny afternoon in the backyard. Clara, Sophia, and Ricardo are sitting on the grass, laughing. Sophia draws in the dirt with a stick. The sun reflects on the pendant now hanging from Ricardo's neck. Clara watches the two of them. I never thought something so beautiful could come from pain. Ricardo, looking at Clara, do we choose who we call family, or does life choose for us? Clara, smiling, I think it's a bit of both. Sophia, if you hadn't given me your kidney,
would I have gone to heaven? Clara and Ricardo exchange a glance, holding back tears. Ricardo kneeling in front of her. Maybe, but you still had so much to live for here, and the world needs your smile. Sophia hugs him tight. The hug feels infinite. Clara watches, tears falling, but her heart is at peace. I thought I had given a piece of myself, but I received so much more. My daughter's life, a new friend, maybe even something greater. Sophia hands Ricardo a drawing. In it, there's her, Clara, and Ricardo, surrounded by many hearts. Sophia, it's so you never forget you're part of us. Ricardo holds the drawing, voice trembling. I've never had anything so beautiful. Clara puts her hand on his shoulder, moved. The afternoon continues. They make plans, walk in the park, see the ocean together, buy a giant ice cream. Clara looks up to the sky. Thank you for showing me that good really does come back. I donated a kidney without knowing who would receive it. Years later, my daughter got her life back from the hands of that same man. Sophia lays her head in her mother's lap. Ricardo watches, eyes sparkling. Clara looks at the pendant she gave Ricardo. He holds it tightly, as if it's part of him. Clara thinks, what we give is never lost. It comes back in ways we don't always imagine. Clara looking into the camera. If you can, help someone. Sometimes saving a life means saving your own. Sophia, smiling at the camera. Thanks for staying until the end. Did you know that emotional stories can save someone's day? Clara, our story doesn't end here, because every time you do good, a new story begins. And you? Have you ever done something for someone without expecting anything in return? Thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying with me until the end. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and watch the next emotional story waiting for you.